Well, howdy ho, good neighbor. It is apparent that I am fixing this leak. So I already got my scroll on there. I got my little cutting wheel and I made a little notch. And now I put my groover right next to that notch, right there, that edge. So now I have another mark over there that I need to cut and groove. But yeah, here's the leak that I'm fixing. I would like to just change that Vic, but I think the pipe's all rusted up and doesn't look good. So I thought I would film all this, but I'm a little scared as usual. So I'll let you know when the water's on. But there you go. First you scroll it with the cutter, and then you put that edge of that groover right there and groove it. Just that easy, right? Okay, it is apparent that I got that groove pushed down in there. So now I'll take this little tape measure, groove tape measure, and we'll wrap it around there. It looks pretty good right there. So let me take that off. See, the problem I have is this pipe is spinning while I'm grooving this. So I need to put my backup wrench like this and hold it and kind of spin it. So sometimes I wish I had a helper, but yeah, that's my setup right there. So I gotta groove that one and then groove one more right there, and hopefully I can get around that conduit. Always something, isn't it? Always, never easy. Okay, let me see if I can get this tape here. Let's sit you right there just sit right there for a minute. Can you just sit right there for 1 minute? Let's get this tape out. Don't want to drop that phone 7 stories. So we're putting this phone across there. Look at that. All right, I'm going to pick you up very carefully. You see that? I don't know if you can see that. Hold on. All right, let's get you right. Okay, do you see that little, it's not focusing, is it? Focus right there. There you go. Let me start this tape over. Okay, it is apparent that I got the pipe groove. For some reason it doesn't want to focus, but you see those 2 lines that are lined up? So that means I'm okay to, that groove is deep enough. So now I will take my cutters and cut right there at that scroll. So I've already got my cutters. I kind of smashed it there a little bit. For some reason this thing doesn't want to focus. But yeah, you can see I smashed that. So I got to get my cutters back in there and open that up and cut this. But before I do that, I need to groove that. So do all your grooving first before you cut it open, because now you're going to have all kinds of water on that product dripping. And I have my trash can down there, but you're still going to make a mess. So okay, let's make one more groove right there and get a measurement and groove a piece. Okay, here's a good example of that cutting wheel that I use. So I don't cut all the way through it. I just get it kind of deep, not too deep where I cut the pipe all the way through, or you will smash the pipe when you groove it. So I got my line there with my cutting wheel. So now I'm going to put my groover just this side. So the edge of my groover is going to be right on that line. So that line does 2 things. It makes you know right where your groover is going to go, and it also gives you a good point, a straight line to groove. So you want to watch your groover and make sure it doesn't run. We don't want it heading off to Betty's house. We want it to stay straight. When it's crooked, it's heading off to Betty's. Remember it. Okay, I got my groover on this piece of pipe. Like I said, we make a scroll on this line and then we groove it. So if you look right here, I made my scroll, and you can see the edge of my groover is right on that line. Can you see that edge right there? That edge is right on there. And basically what I do is I have a grooving wheel on a cutting wheel setup, if that makes any sense. So scroll it and make a mark, and then groove it to the proper depth. You got to check your depth with that little tape measure though. You can't go too deep and you can't go too shallow. If you do, you're just going to have another leak like that, and we don't want that. This is what we're fixing, not creating. Okay, well, let's look at this groove. I'm about halfway through, and you can see that groove is not deep enough. You can look right there at the edge of the groove. You see, I need to go a couple more times. I've gone around 4 or 5 times, but it still needs to be deeper. So I'm not going to even pull my tape out yet. So make sure you go deep, but not too deep. You can see that edge, keep your eye on that edge right there. Yeah, that groover edge is still good. Trying to get my light on there. Could probably stick on my phone light. But yeah, you can see the groove edge is still right there. So groove to groove, and as they say, yeah, this thing wouldn't have lasted too long. It's coming from togetherness right now. Look at that. Okay, there's my tape. You can see the lines all lined up. Pretty good there. All right, let's cut this thing out and get a measurement. Cut it out. Okay, it is apparent that I just cut this pipe. So you can see that I have a groove on one side and no groove on this side because, well, we don't need a groove on this side. So now we just need to cut that right there and get a good measurement. But let's look at that for 1 second or 2 seconds. This is why they call me a pipe doctor, because I had to shut down the patient's blood, and thankfully all the water, a lot of times the water's dripping out on me. So I've already drained it out of the hose valve down there. You can see that door's open and there's a hose coming out that hose valve. So most of the water is out, which is a good thing. You don't want to be putting black water all over this product, but there you go. Cut and grooved. All right, hopefully that phone's not gonna fall. It's only about 20 stories. So I'm risking my phone. Hopefully that bounces around a little bit. Okay, so I'm cutting this pipe out. Okay, there you go. Okay, focus, focus. There you go. There is one groove. And there is one piece that I took out. So now we'll get a good measurement here. From that groove, well, that end of pipe to end of pipe. So let's see what the inside of this pipe looks like very carefully. That doesn't look too bad, does it? The inside of that pipe look okay? Yeah, it looks okay. Doesn't look like it's rusted out. Not like that. All right, let's get a good measurement, not a bad measurement. And you always want to go a little short. You don't want to try to fight it in there. So cut it like a 1/16 to an 1/8 inch short. Get it? Okay, well, it is apparent that this is how they found that leak. You see that stain on the ground? Well, if you look straight up, you see it. You see how that piece of pipe is missing? Yep, I need to go cut a 3-foot piece of pipe. Well, a little shy. So there you go. You see it? Yep, you see it. Let's go cut a new piece of pipe. That's what the inside of this pipe looks like. Can you see it? Can you see it? Not really. All right, but you see that. I know you do. Let's go ahead and roll that a little bit so you get a good view of the 360. Oh, look at that. It's falling apart as we're talking. All right, there you go. What a beautiful camera that is. Nice and clear and not queer. That's right. Gay old time. Well, howdy ho, good neighbor. So we already cut and grooved the pipe up in the air. Now I have the DJI Action 5 on. So now I got this hard hat on with a little clip here. So maybe you can watch me groove this piece of pipe. So luckily, this groove is already on this side, so I don't have to do that one. That's usually a factory groove, so that's okay. So I just need to go 2 foot 11 and 7/8, make a mark and cut and groove it with this cutter and groover and a pipe vise. That's what that is. Pipe vise number 450, rigid tri-stand. Live it, learn it, love it. Okay, let's strap you in here and get to work. Okay, I got you on the hard hat. I don't know what you can see. I never do. I put my little protector there. So we're going to grab this pipe, put it on that vise, and mark it 3 foot shy. So hopefully this will go okay. Hopefully. Nothing is easy. I tell you that every time. So we're going to put that right there. Look at that. We'll use that as a pipe vise. So now we'll move this a little bit like that. Now I gotta get my tape measure, and we're gonna be, let's go ahead and turn on this flashlight if it works. Okay, 3 foot shy. Cut once, measure twice. So there's that 3 foot. Remember, I want to be a little shy. So I like that right there. All right, let's go with that mark right there and try to stay on it, because this measurement is very important. Cutter, groover. Okay, before we're not cutting this all the way. Remember, we're just making a deep scroll. We're just making a deep, don't cut it all the way, remember that. So we're going to put that blade right there on that mark, and then I'll double check it, make sure I'm right. So there's that mark. Look at that mark. You see that mark? And that wheel's not rolling. Sometimes that wheel will roll. So now we're going to get our measurement. 3 foot shy. That's pretty much it. Alright. So now we're not cutting all this away. You got to remember, do not cut this all the way. If you cut this all the way, then you're kind of screwed. Well, you are screwed unless you have another style groover, which I do, but I don't want to use it. You can see that crooked line too. It's almost a little crooked too, that pipe's. But we got a good little deep line there. So we're going to leave that right there. So now we're going to get our groover. Ready? Let's get our groover. Okay. I don't know what you can see here, but we're going to keep going here. Let's see. Groover. Quit overthinking, you know, that's the problem, is don't believe everything you think. Your brain wants to tell you stuff. So this is the side we're using. I could groove both sides. I might groove both sides just so I'll be one groove ahead. So there's a good example. Let me put this on where I want it. And I'll take it off and show you where I want it. Okay. Okay, you can see that the edge of that groover wheel, that edge, is on the edge of that cut. Now I didn't cut that all the way or that would smash that groove. So now we're going to groove this very carefully. You don't want to go fast with this or your groove will walk. So you just want to keep an eye on this. There you go. You can see the groove starting. And just keep an eye on that edge there. You don't want that thing walking on you. And just tighten it a little bit at a time. You don't want to get in a hurry. Do not get in a hurry, even though you want to. If you get in a hurry, you're just going to slow yourself down because you're going to have to do it again. So just a little at a time. You see how I just turned that a little bit? Just turn it just a little bit. Watch this. Like that. And then we're going to take our little tape measure. As soon as we think it's okay, yeah, that needs to go a little deeper. Just a little deeper. I had to bring this vise inside because it's raining a little bit. And I didn't. That looks like it's pretty deep right there. I'm going to go one more little bit right there. I just turned that straight. And we're going to take this off, go a couple times around. Alright, let's take this off. Okay. I got this where I think I like it. Get my little tape measure out. Oh, look at that. I got to show you this. Get over here. Oh, of course I didn't do it. Alright, let me do this again. Okay, now we're going to check this tape. We're pulling this tape and we want those lines to line up. Where is it? Look at that line. Can you see that? See how those lines are lining up? That's exactly what we want. So now we can cut this. We can cut that now the rest of the way. That's perfectly where we want it. Not deeper, not shallow. That's exactly right. The problem I have with this tape is kind of coming from togetherness. You see how I think these tapes are like $80 or some crazy amount of number. Victrolic tape. Okay. So let's go ahead and cut that. You know what? Before I cut this off, I'm going to groove this other end, just so I will have a piece of pipe here ready for the next time. So we're going to go ahead and groove this up. I'd like to get it a little closer, like right about there. Yeah, like that. Hand groover. There is a machine that does this, but we're Neanderthals. We do stuff the caveman way. Okay, there you go, one groove. Now this groove's just for the next leak I have, so I'll be one step ahead of myself. So it's good to just think ahead, think ahead. And this one I'm just gonna give it a quick look, one more little bit. All right, I like that. Maybe one more. Yeah, this is it. One more. That could be a little too deep. I don't know. We'll take a look. Let's take a look. Yeah, that's a little deep, but it's okay. We're not using that side. Yeah, I don't like this tape, how it messes up. Okay, it still works though. All right, let's cut that and be done. All right, let's finish this and be done. Well, it's not going to be done because we got to turn the water on and make sure it fits. Okay, there's a good example, right where I put that little cutting wheel, right back in the hole. So this is why we do that scroll. You see that scroll? So we're going to cut this off. Okay, here it goes. You can hear it getting ready to cut. There it goes. Oh, look at all that dust in it. All right. Okay, looks good to me. I don't need the cutter, I don't need the groover, I don't need the oiler, I just need to get inside. Let's go. There's that old piece of pipe. I'll leave it there for decoration. All right, let's double check our measurement. 3 foot shy. That's a little too shy, but it should be okay. All right. All right, let's get inside there. Wish me luck. Let's go. Can you buzz me in, please? Thank you. Okay, hopefully this will fit. They're building some new racks up there. So those are all brand new racks. But it must be break time because I don't hear them working. So, all right. The problem I have about working here is the lift is always dead. So I have a long cord plugging in my lift. And as I was going to cut this piece of pipe, I noticed that the cord became unplugged. So hopefully my lift will still be charged enough for me to get up there and get down. I'd like to get down, but you never know. So there's my long cord going way over there. Okay, there's the cord, all the way to that lift. So let's get on that lift. I don't know why it's so dark in here today. Everything's dark. I know they have power because, well, I've seen some lights on. So, yeah, that should be orange light on that cord lit up, but I don't know. Let's get up there and wish for the best. God has blessed me. God has blessed me, and I don't even know how much. Thank you, Lord. All right. Keep blessing me just to finish up this last piece. Let's go up there. Okay, undo that. Put your foot in the little pedal down there. I always start out with the bottom one first. Might as well turn on my flashlight so we can see. I go all the way up with this bottom one until it stops. And it just about stopped. Then I go with the second one, second arm, and that's going to take me up higher. And now I need to zoom out. So that's this one. See how I'm pulling back, and that's lifting up that extension. So that arm is extending out. And you always want to look up. I went all the way up, so I'm going to go up some more. And then I'm going to use this basket, and we're going to push this basket up. So this is where this thing needs to be fully charged. If it's not fully charged, I get stuck up here. So there it is, going up, 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 and away. So we're almost to my leak. Got to be careful with that sprinkler head. You don't want to hit that. You will be in big trouble. So from right here, we're just going to swing a little. Let's go ahead and swing this thing. Whoa. I'm going to drive a little. Very carefully. I don't have this. Don't tell anybody. I don't have this safety belt on. I should have a safety belt in case this gets tossed. Okay, so we got up here. Now we just need to put that piece of pipe in. So let's start now. Okay, let's crank this hat on my head. I don't like these Vicks. I don't know why, but there's the right socket. Let's see how this thing fits. We're going to just do a little dry fit here. We're going to put our Vicks right here, ratchet in our pocket. Let's just see how short we are. Oh, that's perfect. Look at that. You see that? A little short. That's how short it is right there. But we're going to do this. We are going to do this. So on these Vicks, do they slip on all the way? Looks like they're like halfway and halfway. So I'm going to slip this Vic all the way on. See that? Slip this Vic all the way on. Get it about halfway, and then we're going to tighten this up. See how we're tightening that up? I don't have my impact gun. That's what we're doing right there. Crank that up a little bit. Get this side up. Oh, get it over there. Everything's got to be just right. You see that? Push and pull, just a little bit of push, a little bit of pull. We want that thing right in the middle. We don't want to mess around and have it off a little bit. You see how it's off a little bit here? So let's make sure we're tightening up. There you go. That's what we want right there. Can you see that? Oh, what did I say? Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. Yeah, we like that, don't we? We like that. Impact would have been better. Okay, a little at a time. We're going to do this side. Now we're going to do this side. Just a little at a time. Look at that. Yeah, there's that groove. It's in the groove. Okay, we like that. We don't want to go too tight. We don't want to smash anything. But in the same breath, we want to make sure this is really tight. So how do you do that? You go too tight or not really tight? But there's that bick. You see how that bick looks nice and pretty? And that one's closing up real good. So we're going to go ahead and crank this up. Let's go ahead and crank this up. Oh, you hear it pop a little? That means that bick just popped into its little groove. So that's nice. So we're going to crank this up because we know it popped together. So there you go. And then after I get that all tight, we're going to do a double look here. I wish I would have brought a rag. Well, I guess I could use my handkerchief, but you see how I'm getting that real tight? And we're going to look all the way around this groove. We don't want any leaks. You know why we don't want any leaks? It's, well, because we're professionals, but the leaks are even worse when you have to do them twice, because now you're messing with water. Okay, let's cut this camera and get a good look all the way around. Okay, you can see that that bick is on all the way, all the way, all the way. So that looks good all the way around. Same thing with this side. You see that? All the way. See how it's nice and pretty right there? Okay, so right now I'm going to crank on it a little more, and then we're going to go turn the water on. And I'm going to leave that hose over there hooked up. We're going to bleed some air out. So like I said, we don't want to smash this too much because it is thin wall, and if it leaks a little, we can always come up here and tighten it. Remember that. But we think that's good, right? It's all about the feel. That feels good. Okay, that bick is shut. That bick is shut. That bick is shut. So let's go down and turn on the water. I'm going to leave that right there. Okay, going down. So the first thing I do is I like to get this boom over. Boom over. There you go. Boom over. Okay, basket down. Basket down. Okay, now I'm going to go in with the, you can see that arm is getting sucked into that tube, that green tube. There you go. That green tube is now in. Now we're going to go down with this one. This is the long arm. I get about halfway, and then I get some weight off of that big trunk. So we got the lift truck, and I don't like that door. See how that door stays open? That's kind of a safety hazard. Okay, bottom, down. Middle, down. Okay, basket, down. Now I can get out. All right, now we're going to dry that floor open and dry that floor up. Oops, I think I just hit my camera. Hit my camera. Okay, here's not a rag. This is not a rag. So don't use this as a rag. Okay, that's dry. So we're going to go fill it up, and we want to make sure that continues to be dry. Like I said, we're going to leave this open. I think I'll go close it a little bit because I want the air to come out, but I don't want it flapping around out there with a full 1.5 inch wide open hose valve. So let's go ahead and come over here and we'll close this a little bit. I do have my jacket hanging there so I don't forget it. So let's tilt you up a little bit. And we'll take that off. Okay, we're going to close that a little bit, but leave it open a little bit. Does that make any sense to you? So that is closed. Now we're going to open this up right about there and bleed some air out. How about that? All right. Hopefully I have a wrench. Oh, I do have a wrench. So I can open up that valve out there. So let's go close the main drain and open the valve. And then I'll be back here tomorrow to fix more leaks and to replace a flow switch. Okay. You stay right there, boo-boo. Don't move. Oh, let me grab a wrench. Let me grab a pipe wrench so we can open up the valve. So what am I working around? I don't know. It looks like a whole bunch of sugar or lactosia. So I'm working around lactose. I hope you're not lactose intolerant. And that's whey protein concentrate. So get out of the way if you're lactose intolerant. So if you're wondering how many fire sprinkler systems are in this building, well, it's easy. 27 fire sprinkler systems and 2 fire pumps, an electric pump and a diesel pump. All right, there's the last system on this one, but that's not what we're doing. We're doing those down there. So let's go get it. All right, we're gonna go close these drain valves. Oh, you know what? Darn it. I forgot to get, now I'm gonna have to go all the way to my truck. Damn it, Jim. You know why? Because I gotta peg this flow switch. I gotta peg both these flow switches and I don't have anything to get in there. So that flow switch needs, oh wait, there's a check valve here. So this shouldn't drop pressure. So I already have that flow switch pegged. So let's go ahead and close this drain. Closing, closing. Can you see that? Oh yeah, you can see that. Closing, closing, closing. And what I do is, just for Pete's sake, I give it a little cinch with my channel locks just because it seems to drip a little as soon as I leave. Okay, so now we can go open up our control valve, which is out there on the wall. But there's the flow switch pegged. 0 pounds. Let's go fix that and put some pounds in here. Another good thing you have channel locks is that's your master key. You see that? Your master key keeps all doors open. All right, here's the back side of this building. Like I said, there's about 27 systems here. You can see I'm not working on that one because that one's locked. Here's the one I'm working on. We're just gonna crack it. We're just gonna crack it open. Just a little bit. I got the fire pumps off, so the fire pumps aren't coming on. You hear that? And I have the inspector's test open over there. So here we go. Let's crank on it a little more. And like I said, we want to fill slow. You don't want to get in a hurry when you fill, because this is an old system and you will create leaks. So I'm going to leave that wrench right there. I don't think anybody will take it around here. I don't see anybody, do you? Okay, there's my master key. Here's how fast I'm filling it. That's pretty fast, isn't it? All right, let's go check our work. Right? That's the first thing you do. Then we can shut our valves. So we're going over here and we're making sure nothing's flooding. We don't even like to talk that way. So nothing's flooding. We want to make sure nothing's dripping. And then we're going to go close all our valves. We have the hose valve that's open that we're bleeding air out, and we're bleeding out air of the inspector's test. So there you go. I guess I can turn out my light. You see my light's on. Okay, it is apparent that we're walking back towards the work area, and we don't want to see any water. A lot of times these stupid Vicks start leaking somewhere else. So just because you fix one leak, they could be leaking like right here. I don't want to even start looking. We're just looking at our leak. And look at that. Let me get ye old flashlight out. Is it on? No. Got to be careful with this flashlight. When it turns on in your pocket, it'll burn up. Okay, let's see. Get back in there. Okay, it is apparent that it is dry on the ground and I don't see any water. So let's go over here and we're going to close this hose valve. Now ideally there would be water running out this hose over here, and this hose has a little bit of a hole in it, so I'm making a little bit of a mess, but not too bad. Let's see. Oh, I hear it. But I don't see any water coming out yet. So we're still bleeding air. If you listen close, you can hear it. Alright. We'll wait to get a little bit of air. I'll let you know when we get some air. Well, if you listen real close, you hear it. I don't see any water coming out yet though. So we're bleeding the air. You can see that this thing's even getting puffing up. So it looks like there is some air starting to come out. I think I even hear water now. Nope, just air. Let's go outside and look. Okay, I don't want to lock myself out. And I have done that before. So let's go listen and see if we can hear any air. Look at that black stain. I guess I probably should have ran this hose onto those rocks. But after this thing starts bleeding out, we'll let it run for a little bit and wash all this off. But I don't hear any water yet, so I think I'll go crank this thing open some more. Very slowly, you know that. As soon as I get over there and open it some more, it'll start pouring out. So, like I said, we're not in a hurry. Even though we're in a hurry, you know, the boss says, hurry every chance you get. So that's what we're gonna do. I almost thought I heard it for a minute, but I don't. All right, no wonder there's no water on the ground over there, because there's no water in the pipe. All right, we'll turn on the old flashlight. Like I said, we want to keep an eye on all these, because these start to leak again down here on the ground. But look at this. No trash. Fire sprinkler water only. That looks dry to me. But like I said, there's no water in it yet. So let's go shut the inspector's test. Yeah, that thing right there will trip you up. Get rid of that. All right. All right, now we should go have some water over there. I don't really want to crank it up because all this is still filling up real slow. So let's go turn this on a little more. I'm gonna go crank on it a little more. So yeah, I don't know how much longer. I guess I could turn on that flashlight for you. Whoa. How's that look? Yeah, I really don't know how much longer I can do this. I mean, you saw that little bit of leak right there. It wasn't that hard. But boy, do I just get so stressed out about everything anymore. I don't know if it's because I'm getting older and I want the young kids to learn how to do it, but doesn't seem like there's any young kids working anymore. Did you know the average life of a construction worker, the average, is like 54 years old? So that's not good. Okay, let's go over here, see how much pressure we got. Maybe crank on it a little more. I'd say we got about 10 pounds of pressure. You see that? 5, 10, maybe 12. I almost locked myself out. That would have been dumb. Okay. Do you hear what I hear? A very slight tick. Tick, tick, tick. There, I really opened it up now. Okay, so now, oh, there's that inspector's test. I gotta go close that. You see that water? I guess I'll take you over here. You see it, you see it. Okay, let's go close that. There's no more air coming out that thing. I can hear the bell tick, 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 tick. So I'm sure water's coming out that hose valve now. But first, we're closing the inspector's test. Let's go. Closing. Okay, where's that inspector's test? Where is that inspector's test? Should be right here, shouldn't it be? I know I just opened it. Huh. All right, inspector's test, where are you? I didn't think, you're not on that side. Wow. Where is the inspector's test? There's that inspector's test. Hence the name, inspector. So we're gonna close that. It's missing a nut. Okay, that's closed. We like that. No wonder I couldn't find it. It's behind all these pallets. Okay, so now I'm sure we got water blowing through that hose over there. So let's go take a look. What do we got? 10 pounds of pressure. Didn't I already say that? I don't know. I know it's got pressure in it now because of that inspector's test is closed. And now we're gonna go close the hose valve. That looks like a alarm panel relay. But now we will walk by our work. I tell you, you get your steps in on this job. So I gotta be careful of, yeah, when I say how much longer can I do this, well, I gotta be careful because this is very physical. And I don't do much when I'm not working, so be careful what you wish for. I mean, I always say I wouldn't want to do something all day, but if you sit at home for a while, boy, does it get old. All right, let's go see how much air is coming out that hose valve. Okay, there's the intersection of cords. And I just want to check the ground, make sure that's dry before I go close anything. Look at that. Looks dry to me. Looks dry up there. Okay. Look how bright this light is. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, now we can close this thing. Let's see how bright we are. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, you hear it now. Or do you? Who closed this door? I'm gonna open this up more. Where's all the water at? I still feel it. So it's coming. All right, sit, Boo Boo. Let's kill this camera and wait for some air. Okay, I just heard some air come out of here. So now we're gonna go look at this water. Look how black that is. Look at that. So if you ever want to see what fire sprinkler water looks like, well, there you go. Goes in perfectly clean and comes out like that. So like I said, I'll let that flush out a little bit. But yeah, that's nasty, isn't it? All right, let's close this up. What do you think all those are, just rocks? Yeah, that's nasty water, isn't it? I don't see it getting any clearer. All right. Sorry, people. A lot of beeping around here because they got all these lifts in here. They're doing all these new racks. So you can see all these new racks. Look how good that flashlight is. Yep, that's all brand new racks. So if you want to install racks for a living, well, you might have to go out of town because I don't see a lot of work close to your house. But all right, well, we're almost done. Can you believe it? Yeah, let's just walk over here. We're gonna open this valve all the way. We're gonna unpeg the flow switch. And yeah, thankfully there's an alarm valve on that other one so the water doesn't back through. So, all right, let's get outside. And hopefully there's no more leaks by the time I get out of here. Look at all these brand new pallets. Wow. That's a pretty penny right there. That's a lot of trees. Yeah, those are brand new. Never used. Okay, look at that. Our jockey pump is working. Our jockey pump is going to fill this up to whatever that is. Damn, that's a lot of pressure. 193. All right. Let's go open our valve all the way, and then we'll unpeg that. But we don't want to unpeg that till the jockey's all the way done. Okay, master key. Gotta love the master key. Do not lock yourself out. If you did lock yourself out, you're going a long way away. You gotta go all the way around this building, and that's probably about a mile walk. So I learned that the hard way. Okay, so I'm gonna put this gate key. See, that's what I'm talking about. They keep dripping like that till they're done filling up all the way. So that's why I crank on those drain valves. Okay, there's 1, 2, and I put these marks there. You see those marks? So I put them right back where I got them. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Eight, I said. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 it is. Now we're gonna have a little confidence and put on the lock. There you go. Come on, lock. There we go. Grab your wrench. And you see that indicator says open. The lock says locked. And the door is going to say closed. Well, there's Ashley Furniture. And here's my lock. And we're just about full. So I guess I'll go over there, look at my thing one more time, and then come back over here and unpeg the flow switch. Okay, I guess you don't need to see all that, do you? Look at all this trash. Oh, that's all their anchors. So that's all their equipment for building these racks. So if you think racks are cheap, just think of all the time it takes to design those racks. You got to have a designer. And I'm surprised they left that hose valve there. Yeah, usually we move those out, but not today. Okay, quit wondering what's going on. Let's go look for leaks. I don't even like to use that term, leaks. But it's in my vocabulary, so I got to use it. All right. As soon as we get this done. Okay, trash man. Live it, learn it, love it. All right, no leaks, come on. Okay, looks dry to me. What'd I say? Look here and look there. Don't look underneath the old lock. Scare myself for a minute. That's all dry. Okay. Dry. We love it. All right. All the valves are closed. All the valves are open. Now we just need to go unpeg the flow switch. Let's go. Okay, we're gonna roll up this water sock. You gotta love this water sock. That's how I got the water out of the hose valve. So yeah, always reuse this stuff as much as you can. There you go, water sock. Roll in, roll in, roll in. Keep that sucker rolling. All right, tie wire. You know what tie wire's for. To tie stuff up. Okay, there you go. Let's go unpeg the flow switch and be done with this Pipe Doctor Adventures. Let's go. So I wonder if I should put you, maybe that's what I'll do. I will gonna put you in time-lapse mode while I do a little cleanup, because now we're going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So yeah, I'm gonna put you in time-lapse mode while I unpeg the flow switch and drive that lift to a charging station. Keep that camera in front of you like this. All right, there you go. All right, let's do time-lapse mode. Activate now. Okay, we're gonna go do one little final check on our leak and make sure nothing else is leaking. That's the problem with this building, is out of 24 systems, they have an old system that just, these old systems seem to leak. After you drain and work on them, other things start leaking. So we're gonna walk over here and do a little prayer. I know it had a small drip on it, but that could be from just the water pushing out. Believe it or not, the water will push out and seal itself up after that rubber expands. That's right, the rubber's got to expand a little bit. I thought I'd get through this door right here, but looks like they got it all locked up. Wow. I'm not going to get through here, am I? Or am I? Okay. Lord, you have blessed me. Let's just keep a positive attitude. I don't see any water on the ground. Like I said, a lot of times there will be water on the ground at a different spot, so it's frustrating because you fix the leak and then there's another leak that pops up somewhere else. So I got my headlight on. All this is dry, so I think I'll turn this camera off and I'll let you know how it went. Let's take a look right now. Well, I guess I'll leave the camera on. You can see with me the ground on the, is the ground dry? It sure is. All right, we'll call it good. Yeah, we'll put that trash can right there. Or not, maybe we'll keep it right where it was. But yeah, that ground is dry. There was like a small little water drop on the ground, but I don't see it. So we're gonna call this one good. You see it way up there. Let's go ahead and unclip you. Yep, it looks dry to me. Okay, that's where that little drop of water was, and you can see it's pretty dry. Well, it is dry. It's not pretty dry, it is dry. That's where the stain was. Here's where the other Vic coupling is. So I don't see any water here, so I think we're good. Well, I know we're good. But yeah, I thought I saw a little bit of water on the ground, but I don't. So let's just keep going and get out of here. Let's get out of here. Now we need to go turn on the fire pumps. Both fire pumps. We got the electric pump and we have the diesel fire pump. Whoa, almost dropped that camera. Almost dropped. Okay, since I almost dropped you, I better keep you clipped onto my chest. So let's go turn on the pumps and we'll call this one in the bag, as Carpetbagger would say. This one's in the bag. But yeah, good. No leaks, no runs, no errors. And let's see what the temperature is in here. Right now we are looking at 54 degrees. Or 53 if you wanted to be exact. And you got to watch your step around here because they're driving those forklifts around. All right, we are good to go. We'll go out this door right here. Whoa, what's that white paint doing? Somebody dropped something. That paint or what? I don't know. Looks like paint to me. Yeah, a lot of big truckers around here. They come in all the time from all over the place. And you can see we've had some rain. So rain and wind. So I don't know how this DJI Action 5 does in the wind, but the wind is blowing a little bit. So whenever it gets a little windy, well, the audio doesn't turn out too well. All right, we're gonna go turn on some fire pumps and be done with this one. Haven't I already said that? Yes, I have. All right. Ready? Let's get in the car and go turn on some pumps. The pump is way down there at that pump house, that little house down there. So that's what we're going to do. Somebody came and closed these doors. I don't know. Darn it. I didn't close these all the way. So we're going to open this door up. And we're going to, guess we'll turn on some lights. I'm going to flick this switch up. Here we go. Ready? 1, 2, 3. And right now, after about 10 seconds, that light should turn green. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Look at that. Oh, I love it. I love it. All right, that's all the stuff out of the back of my truck. I'm getting my truck repaired, so I'm using this as a storage unit. All right, one more pump to turn on, then we'll be done. A little dark, isn't it? Okay, look at this. Turn the pump on. Alarm went off. Oh, it smells like diesel. They must have filled this thing up with diesel. I love it. All right. Oh, there's a train. Moving tomatoes. All right, I think we are done. Well, there you go. We finally finished. Oh, make sure that door gets closed. You see that? Now it's closed. All right. There you go. One in the air grooving adventure. And if I ever need some extra pipe, there's some right there. All right. Well, as always, I want to thank you again for coming along with me on these repair leak adventures. No repair clamp for this one. This was a total cutout and repair. Now that wind's starting to blow, so I gotta go. You know the drill. Peace, love, and all that hippie jazz. Bye-bye, everybody. Yeah, you hear that wind. And that's a cold wind, too. Brr.